Good morning to everyone. Today we are going to solve exercise 6.4. Okay, let's see. So everyone is ready? Yes. Then we have seen what is data, correct na? So data presentation, we will see how the data is represented in various forms. How data is represented in various form. Like if we have a data, then we can rearrange in a tabular form, pictorial presentation, and graphical method. Is it clear? Graphical method. Now you can see here in the chart, you can see here, if we have a data, then we can represent in a tabular form. We can arrange in a pictorial representation and then in a graphical method. Then tabular form can be arranged in ungrouped and grouped frequency. So you have learned ungrouped data in 9th standard. Learn or not? Okay, good. So you have learned ungrouped data in 9th standard. In 10th standard, we have seen grouped frequency or group data. Correct na? Group. Is it clear? Now in the pictorial presentation, bar graph and pie diagram is there. Okay, so pie diagram we will see in next exercise, and bar diagram we have learned in the 9th standard. That is, it is divided into 4 types. That is simple bar, joint bar, divided bar, and percentage bar diagram. Okay. Now in graphical method, line graph is there. So we have seen line graph. Okay. Now histogram and frequency polygon is there. So we will see histogram also. We will see frequency polygon is there. We will see what is the difference between histogram and frequency polygon. Okay. So you are ready for histogram? Is it clear? Okay. Come to the method of drawing a histogram. Okay. Now, first of all, you should know that what is a histogram. If you see a graph, in that rectangular bar is drawn, they are joint. Class is continuous class. This is the first condition. Class should be in continuous class. Okay. So let's see how we are going to draw a histogram. Okay. Shall I show you the diagram of histogram? See, this is a histogram. Okay. You can see this is a histogram. Okay. So let's see how we are going to draw a histogram. Okay. If the given class are not continuous, see the first point, it is clearly mentioned that if the class are not continuous, then we have to make the class continuous. Okay. Remember this point. If the class is not continuous, then we have to make the class continuous. Such classes are called as an extended class interval. Extended class interval. Show the class on the x-axis with a proper scale and show the frequencies on the y-axis with a proper scale. Taking each class as the base, draw rectangles with the height proportional to the frequency. Okay. So you have to remember here that on x-axis, what we are going to take? Class interval. Yes. On x-axis, what we are going to take? Class interval. On y-axis, what we are going to take? Yes, Sanskriti, frequencies. Correct? Okay. Again, I'm repeating. What we are going to take on x-axis? On x-axis. Yes. I want that every student reply. Yes, Bhumi. Good. Class interval on x-axis. Frequency on y-axis. If the class is not continuous, then what we will do? Khushi, Manali, we are going to make it continuous. Okay? So you understood up to here? Sure? Okay. Okay. So you can see now on the x-axis a mark. You can see that mark is called the Crink mark. What it is called as a Crink mark. Okay. It is also called as a jagged line. Okay. On the x-axis, it is called as on x-axis, a mark is there. You can see the symbol of that mark. That mark is called as a Crink mark. And it is shown between the origin and the first class. In between them, it is present. Okay. It means there are no observation up to the first class. Means the line is broken. Okay. What it is? Broken. Or okay. So it means there are no observation up to the first class. The mark can be used on the y-axis also. Okay. This mark can be seen on the, we can mark it on the y-axis. But if it is needed, then only we can draw on the y-axis. Okay. The mark can be used on the y-axis also if it is needed. This enables us to draw a graph of optimum size. Is it clear? I think up to here now you can understood. Sure. Okay. Okay. Good. Kushi, Siddesh, Diksha. Okay, very good. Now you can see this is a histogram. How the bars are joined, correct? In a shape of rectangle. In a shape of rectangle. Okay. Now you can see the Crink mark. This Crink mark is called as a jag line also. When we have to draw, it is a broken line. Okay, used to indicate that we are not showing number 0 to 20. See here. First of all, see what is the class mark between 30 and 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45, 45 to 50, 50 to 55. Correct? So what is the class mark? 5. Okay? What is the class mark? 5. But from 0 to 30, it is not drawn. So that is broken. That's why the line is broken. Okay, the line is broken. Okay, so we show by Crink mark. Is it clear? We can show it by Crink mark. Sure? Understood? Okay, very good. You can see here. Yes or no? A Crink mark is there. On x-axis, see, the class is 7.5 to 9.5, 9.5 to 11.5, 11.5 to 13.5, 13.5 to 15.5, and 15.5 to 17.5. So here the class is continuous. On the diagram, the class is continuous. If the class is not continuous, then we can make the class continuous. Is it clear? And from 0 to 7.5, direct 7.5 there, and from 7.5 to 9.5. So what is the class size? Yes, okay. And 0 to 7.5 is more than 2. So we have to break the line. So yes or no, Khushi? So that's why we are giving a cring mark in between them. Is it clear? Okay, okay. Then if you understood, then shall we start the practice set 6.4? All of you are ready? Yes. I'm seeing that many students are not replying. Okay? Everyone should take part in this because it is your class. Okay. Let's see. Exercise 6.4. Okay. Now first question. Draw a histogram of the following data. Height of the student is given in centimeter. Height of the student is given in centimeter. That is 135 to 140. 135 to 140, 140 to 145, 145 to 150, 150 to 155. Correct? Number of students 4, 12, 16 and 8. So here what we have to see first? The class is in continuous. Achal, you have sent the message properly. Here only you have to send. Okay. So draw a histogram of the following data. Correct? For a given data, we can construct histogram which is given below. You can see the histogram. Now if you see here properly, I have not shown the cring mark, but I have shown here, you can see here, what is the on x-axis, you can see frequency on x-axis. What is present here? Class. Correct? From 135 to 140. But here, if you can see properly, 125, 130, 135, 140, 145, 150 and 155. Correct? So in 135 is there. So in between them, a cring mark should be
Sir, are you there?
Yes, sir. Now I'm present. Okay. Some light shows there.
Okay, no problem, sir.
We'll start. We will start again. Okay. You can see here from 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, we cannot up to 135, correct? We cannot draw up to 135. So we can give a crink mark there. I have not drawn crink mark. I want to show that we can draw a crink mark like this. Okay? We can draw a crink mark between them. Now you understood where we have to draw the crink mark? Okay? Okay. Sure now? Now see here, 135 to 140. 135 to 140. You can see. In the chart, we can see 135 to 140. Only 4 students are present. So up to 4 you have to take. And then you have to draw like this way. Okay? And then from 140 to 145, how many students are there? 12 students there. So you can see from 140 to 145. See here, 12 students are there, correct? So you have to take the point here and then you have to draw the, okay. Now 145 to 50, you can extend that line from 145 up to 16 and then you can come draw up to the 150. Now 150 to 155, how many students are you? Again, see, we will make a crink mark. Okay, so lead this way like this. So you make a crink mark. Is it clear now? Okay, very good. So one more point is there, you have to take the scale compulsory. Okay, scale, you have to draw the scale. Whatever the on x-axis and y-axis you are going to take, that scale you have to write it. Is it clear? Just I have written x-axis on x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 5 centimeter height, and y-axis, on y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 2 students. Like this, we have to see what is there, and to you have to take the scale. You have to remember that on x-axis what we are drawing, on y-axis what frequency, correct? So you have to take the scale on x-axis, whatever we are taking for our convenient, and on y-axis you have to take the, okay? And this is compulsory, okay? You have to take it. Now we will move to our question. The table shows the per acre shows the data by histogram. Okay, we have to show by histogram. Now yield per acre 2 to 3, 4 to 5, 6 to 7, 8 to 9 and 10 to 11. Number of farmers, okay, in first class 30 is there, in second 50 is there, in third 55 is there, and in fourth 40 is there, and in 10 to 11 20 farmer is there. Okay, again I'm repeating, in the class 2 to 3 30 farmer is present, In class 4 to 5, 50 farmer is present. In class 6 to 7, 55 farmer is present. In class 8 to 9, 40 farmer is present. And in 10 to 11, 20 farmer is there. The class properly, you can find it that the class is not continuous. The class is not continuous. So we have to make the class continuous. We have to make the class continuous. Continuous. So how to we have the class between 3 and 4. What is the difference between 3 and 4? 1. What is the difference between 5 and 6? 1. Correct? So what we have to do, we have to divide it into two equal parts, that is 0.5 and 0.5. So to the lower class limit, we will subtract 0.5 and we will add 0.5 to the upper class limit. Is here again I'm repeating. From lower limit, we will subtract 0.5 and add 5 to the upper class limit. Is it clear? So what will be the continuous class now? 1.5 to 3.5 and 4.5 to 5.5, 5.5 to 7.5, 7.5 to 9.5 and 9.5 to 11.5. Correct? You can see on the slide also. On x-axis, we draw continuous class, means from 1.5, from 1.5, 0 to 1.5, one class is there, 0 to 1.5, 1 to 3.5, 3.5 to 5.5, 5.5 to 7.5, 7.5 to 9.5 and 9.5 to 11.5. Can you tell me here the Krink mark will be present? Again I'm repeating. Can you tell me here the Krink mark will be present? No. Here the Krink mark will not present. Okay? Krink mark will not present. You can see, okay, 1.5 to 3.5 to 5.5. See here. It is 1.5, 1.5, 3.5. This is 3.5, 3.5 to 5. Correct? 5.1.5. 7.5. 7.8 to 9.5. Yes. And 9.5 to 11.5. Okay. You can see. So we have to see the frequency also now 30. So see here on y-axis 30 is present, correct? So you have to take a now in 3.5 to 5.3. Now 5.5 to 7.5, 55 present between 50 and 60. Yes or no? It is present between 50 and 55. Yes or no? Now on 7.5 to 9.5, 40. See here on y-axis, you can see 40. See here, 40 is there. So this is the line. Okay. 9.5 to 11.5, 20 is there. Correct? So see on y-axis 20. Okay? Yes or no? So in this way you can join it. Okay? On x-axis you can write the class like this way, 1.5 to 3.5. Then also will do if you write 1 to 12. Then also it probably there. Okay. But you have to write that on x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 1 quintal, and on y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 10 farmers. Correct? Yes or no? So I think up to here all of you understood. Share. Okay. So we have completed exercise 6.4. Now we have to start exercise 6.5. Is it clear? So you are ready for that? Sure. Or you want a revision of this exercise? Yes, I know that you are a good student. You are doing practice, and if you ask, very good. I'm happy. Let's see the next topic, that is frequency pause. Now, what is the difference between frequency on and okay? Now, frequency polygon, we can draw frequency polygon 2 meters. Two methods of drawing a frequency polygon. What are that? With the help of a histogram, we have histogram. Can draw the help of his the histogram. Okay, the way we draw the okay, draw student will the don't worry, I will take it again if it will be there or in doubt will be there. Okay. Polygon can run third, one with the and one without the help. Is here. We draw with help. What center here of 1.5. This is the center. And we meet called as frequency polygon with the help of this. The histogram help of and we have to take the class as the continuous class should be there. After continuous class, we one more column we have added, that is class mark, because here in the class we are taking the center middle, we are taking the middle, correct? So if you find the class mark, we here at the center it is showing here. Okay. So That is called, it is clear? What to do? Mark the midpoint of the upper side of each rectangle in the midpoint. As told you, mark the midpoint of upper sides of each rectangle. Okay.